They're doing a good job in trying to limit the gains then of this group. And when you think about it, once they've crossed the summit of the group here at 63 kilometres in a stage of 152, they've got about 90 to try and hold off the charging, marauding field, and I think that's a big ask, actually. There he is, Williams. He's already had a fruitful start then to this third stage by winning the first sprint in Hoyk, picking up the 5 points, so he's extended his lead in that competition to 5 over Martias. And it's also proven to be a fruitful day, of course, for Christian House, because he has recaptured the lead in the King of the Mountains, and he's now looking set to add more points to his advantage.
The Australian rider here from Rally GAC, Bernie Salzberger. Here we can see the whiteboard. That's exactly the information that the riders at the front of the peloton are getting.
Well, obviously on the mind of Cav will be the fact that he won the sprint here in wet conditions at the Tour of Britain last year. It was stage 1, and Cav was over the line first, and he was over the line first in the last stage as well in London, so he provided the bookend victories of the Tour of Britain last year. Now then, we're getting nearer to the summit of the climb, and once again it's the two main contenders for the points. Christian House trying to hold off the challenge of the speedy rider from Raleigh, and he's not going to do it. So over the top of the climb, it's Salzberger that takes the maximum points of 6, and it looked like Christian House was going to come over the line second for the 5. So Salzberger's really getting involved in this competition, but Christian House with those 5 points to add to his overall tally of 41 means he's the leader. Let's have another look at this. Christian House, oh, he slipped a gear. That was the reason that Salzberger profited from that. He looks as though he's got the better sprint, Salzberger, but Christian House definitely slipped the gear there. So the rider from Raleigh coming over the line to take the 6 points, and Christian House just coming over behind for 5.
Yeah, both riders fairly evenly matched in the sprints. Bernie Salzberger, former Australian Criterium champion. But yeah, that slip gear there for Christian House certainly put pay to him taking maximum points there. Starting the descent now. Technical descent on these wet roads. We'll see what happens. A few twists and turns.
Have another look at this, Rob.
Yep, Christian House there. He had to sit down. He took the sprint up. The gear jumped and he had to sit down again, which lost him momentum. Bernie Salzberger there on the left-hand side, Rally GAC rider, able to just come up the inside of him. Christian did the right thing. He moved across the road just to try and block Salzberger slightly. Nothing untoward there. That's a normal move, but no chance. He realised and he sat down just to save energy. He knew there was no point in trying to get back past Salzberger. Here we can see them on the descent now, wet descent. They can't see all the roads down on the the right-hand side of the road. That's certainly not where they want to be looking. They need to be looking round the bend, just looking at the road in front of them. They don't have a lead motorbike at the moment, which is normally how you spot the road.
Now, here are the riders from the Escatal team, and they're looking after, of course, Pablo Urtasun. There he is, he's got a racing cape on. Urtasun is second place, but there's an attack also in the wheel of Urtasun from the Rafa Conda rider. Couldn't quite get round. Can he get round? It doesn't look like it, no. Urtasun takes the 1 point available, so he's still determined to try and stop the King of the Mountains being given to Christian House, which obviously lifts his tally up. So he gets another point to add to his collection, but the King of the Mountains today will be awarded to Christian House. So there's a little bit of chat going on there as Urtasun on the left is just communicating with the teammate of Christian House, but Urtasun picked up the 1 point, so he will remain in second place overall in the King of the Mountains. But the new leader in that Skoda King of the Mountains competition is Christian House.
Welcome back. In the second Yodel sprint of the day into Lochmadden, Pete Williams claimed maximum points ahead of Peter Hawkins, Bernie Salzberger and Christian House. 15 kilometres later, the lead riders entered Dumfries for the first time before heading out on a 30-kilometre loop. Again, Pete Williams adding 5 points to his sprint tally, ahead of Hawkins, Wesley Crader and Sulzberger. Williams now 15 points ahead of second-placed Ronnie Martias in the overall sprints classification.